Welcome back to Major Wargasm Gaming. I am, of course, your host, Major Wargasm, and this is fun with flamethrowers. The Battlefield 1 beta is done and over with, and everyone is eagerly anticipating the release of Battlefield 1. Like I told you in one of my other videos, I have gigs and gigs of recorded gameplay footage that nobody has ever seen. So I wanted to throw this little video together about the Boba Fett Barbecue Flamethrower Trooper. He spawns here at B, and wanted to give you some tips and tricks on how to use him, how to improve your gameplay with the heroes, which in my personal opinion will be nerfed. Maybe not right when the game comes out, maybe not immediately, but 6 months, 9 months, a year into the life cycle of Battlefield 1, the heroes will be nerfed. I promise you that. And I'll point out later on in the video why they will be nerfed and why they are so powerful. So there it is right there. The gameplay started in a tank, but you can see right there the little white indicator, and that is the hero pickup a la Star Wars Battlefront, which was also done by DICE. And if you've paid attention to Battlefront, I did not play that game. I avoided it like the plague because I kind of feel that they didn't do it justice. But the heroes in that game were nerfed time and time again. They had to keep nerfing the Darth Vader and the Luke and the Boba Fett because people complained that they were overpowered. They're so overpowered because regular people can't beat them. Well, you can't put heroes in a game and have it expect it to be balanced with regular troopers. So I'm in the tank here, but the real first pro tip I want to share with you is I got the flamethrower trooper, aka the Boba Fett barbecue trooper, and I jumped in the tank to hide it, to conceal it, like an evil prize at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. They don't know who's in this tank, and ultimately when I jump out of the tank, because it's going to be nearly destroyed later on in the video, that once I come out of the tank and I'm the flamethrower trooper, it's much worse for the people who forced me out of the tank. They think I'm just a regular scrub infantry pilot in this tank. They have no idea what is eventually going to pop out. And I'm actually going to use this tactic later on again in the video where I hop in one of those armored Rolls-Royce cars. Basically any vehicle that is enclosed where they cannot see the pilot of the vehicle. So you can see right here, B flag is contested, and B flag is where I started this video, so I have to go back and hold it, and I'm like, I can't let them take B. B is where the powerful Boba Fett flamethrower trooper spawns. I have to get that, but because it's a beta, my tank kind of gets stuck on the environment here, and they start getting me with grenades, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm Boba Fett, let's pop out and burn these fucking guys' faces off. There's nothing like melting faces. And I really wanted to show you how powerful this flame trooper is. You can see right here, this guy's literally going to get pinned to the wall from the force of the fire. His body's just going to sit there and burn like an effigy for a few minutes. And I want to highlight the scoreboard here. Really, all I was doing this game was playing with the vehicles and the heroes, and in a moment I'm going to pop the scoreboard up here. Ready for it? There you go. That was 21-6 if you didn't see it because it popped up real quick. So that's over a 3-to-1 kill-death ratio. Just really messing around with this flamethrower trooper and a few vehicles because the heroes are that incredibly overpowered. Like I said, later on in the video I'm going to show you a little bit why I personally think DICE will nerf them. In the hands of an experienced, skilled player who is smart and knows the map, they will be devastating. As you can see right here, they are outnumbering me and they're taking the flag back. The indicator at the top showed there was more than them of me, so eventually I died. But don't worry, this is a long video and I have plenty of flamethrower gameplay footage. So once again, I pick up the kit, I put the Boba Fett helmet on. That's just kind of a joke. It's actually the gas mask. But here's the second pro tip. Utilize a transport vehicle. You really need to know where this guy's going to be most effective. And that's actually C flag, the close quarters city area where you're going to really have the massive advantage. Avoid D, and you actually almost want to avoid B where you get it. You can see immediately I hopped on a horse and I rode over here to C so I could try to get that real close quarters action where the flamethrower is going to be devastating. Because it's really got quite a long kill radius on it, even longer than I thought, almost like a real flamethrower 20 to 30 feet away. If you've ever seen a real flamethrower in action, either on YouTube or anything like that, like, it is an incredibly devastating weapon. As you can see me killing people in the adjacent building, it is just brutal. The killing efficiency of this weapon And DICE has been pretty accurate with the technology in the early 1900s. World War I started in 1914 and went until 1918, arguably, depending on what you want to talk about was the quote-unquote end of the war. But this guy actually can hurt himself. He's only wearing a flame-resistant suit, not flame-retardant suit. The technology back then in the early 1900s isn't like what it was now, so this guy actually can hurt himself a teeny tiny bit, and I feel that that's good. That might be taken away once they finally like nerf the crap out of him and beat him so bad with the nerf bat he's not who he is now. But we can all enjoy this gameplay and what he will be when the game finally releases. But like I said, 6 months, 9 months, a year later, they will be nerfed. And because of that right there, if you didn't see what just happened, I lied down in a defamation crater from a grenade, and my health just completely healed back up. And you say, why is that important? Well, he has a bigger health pool than regular players. And going back to that previous pro tip I showed you, hiding him inside a vehicle. Right now, they don't know who's driving this Jeep. They think that I'm a regular mook. When they see me jump out, they don't realize it's going to be Boba Fett. I'm going to melt their faces off. So if you can hide him in a transport vehicle like this guy, he's dumb enough to run into that little room, which I call a blast furnace. Like, he just got melted alive. And you can see me getting hit markers on another guy because somebody's dumb enough to be in there. So it's just like, guess what? I'm just going to melt everybody's face off at this flag and to show you how overpowered the flamethrower trooper is. And not just this guy, the Sentry, the Tank Hunter, they're all pretty incredibly overpowered. The hero classes, which I feel is a concept they brought in from Star Wars Battlefront, I really wish they didn't bring these in. Because like I said, in the hands of an experienced, knowledgeable, powerful player like myself and several others, they're going to be borderline broken, and DICE is going to have to nerf them. Level Cap posted a video. If you don't know who Level Cap is, he's one of the biggest Battlefield YouTubers. He posted a video where he went like 29 or 30-0 with the Flame Trooper guy, and he just got in C and the C flag, the small city, and he just ridiculously melted people because it's just incredibly overpowered. You have a bigger health pool than regular soldiers, and your health regenerates at almost the same rate as regular soldiers. As you can see, we melted another guy who ran into the blast furnace. Just don't go in that room if you're on Bravo. And right there you see me dying. They can be killed by regular troopers, but I took so much of a punishment and a beating before that kill finally happened. So once again, we'll pick up the Boba Fett, we'll put the helmet on, we'll kind of be the different soldier, and I believe this will be the last really good spree. So just like the other clips, I try to get to Charlie Flag to kind of get into that close quarters action like I said last time. Unfortunately, I get engaged by a lot of hostiles here, and this really isn't his ideal engagement range. Yes, you can kill people. You know, the flamethrower, like I said, it has a very long hitbox and a very lot of kill potential. It's an incredibly powerful weapon. I'm really surprised that DICE included this. The limited visibility of the gas mask is nothing at all to deal with for what you pay for, which is unlimited ammo and unlimited health. And watch, this guy tries to hide in the building, and it's like, no, screw you, you're just on fire. And in case you didn't know, he also has one of these, an incendiary grenade, to throw a little bit more fuck you fire somewhere else and just burn someone alive. The gameplay enjoyment with this guy is off the charts. Just hearing enemies scream as their skin melts off, like this guy who you're about to see right here, who tries to flank me because I'm trying to burn C flag from the enemy. And like I said, mark my words, the heroes will be nerfed. Maybe not immediately. I feel that the tanks will still be nerfed more, but the heroes eventually will be nerfed. Unlimited health and unlimited ammo is just too powerful to compete with regular guys who can die. As you're going to see me melt this guy's face through the window, and I'm just going to light the whole inside of that room on fire. And again, you can see right there, I hurt myself a little bit because the suit I'm wearing is only flame resistant, not completely 100% flame retardant. DICE may eventually change that when the final game releases. And yes, once again I died, but it was only because it was a 2v1, and you can see the guy who killed me, he had 9 whole health. He didn't have a lot because I still touched him up with the flamethrower, which is just, as I've said in this previous video, to cap off everything I've said, just incredibly fun. The kill potential is 1, 2, dead. And look at that guy just fly into the air as I light him on fire. Nobody can really compete with the deadly power of the Boba Fett barbecue flamethrower trooper. So I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay and the clip. As always, remember my motto, Major Wargasm, all over my enemies' faces, kinda like that guy right there, or this next son of a bitch who I'm about to get with a grenade. Once again, he's got an incendiary, so you can just throw more fire damage. I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay.